Hello guys, welcome to my this video, and today in this React tutorial just I will discuss about the use effect lifecycle hooks. And in my previous videos just there I discussed about use state lifecycle hooks. Both are the very important lifecycle hooks. If you haven't watched my previous video, so I will suggest to watch my previous video, because here for showing the use effect lifecycle hooks I will use use state lifecycle hooks. Okay, so you may confuse what is use state lifecycle hook. So in my previous video I had discussed, so I will suggest to watch all those videos. Okay, so now guys, here I will start to show the use effect lifecycle hooks. And guys, there is three kind of use effect lifecycle hooks. Okay, so first of all guys, what I will do, just I will import the use effect lifecycle hooks, and here I will write import, okay, and curly braces. And from where use effect lifecycle hooks I will import, just from React, because this is inbuilt features of React. So when I will import, so I will import from React. Okay, so now use effect, so here you can see it's showing the suggestion. So just simply I will click, and you can see it's imported from React. If it is not imported from automatically in your application, so just simply type this line manually, right, like this line. Okay, so now this is done. And now guys, here three kind of use effect lifecycle hooks. So first of all, you have to understand the syntax, because this is very important thing. So syntax is like use effect. Okay, this is we can simply say this is method. Okay, so method means, or function means guys, simply we write curly braces like this. Okay, so guys, but use effect method, it takes a callback function. So callback function means this is method, and inside this method if I write the another function like this function and like this, and this curly braces if I remove from here and just simply if I add here, means it taking a callback function like this. So this is the actual syntax of use effect. But guys, here now those days we don't write this function, we use simply fat arrow function just for less the syntax. Okay, so here what I will do, just I don't need to write the this function keyword, simply here I will write fat arrow. Here you can see error is removed, means it is the proper syntax also. So here both two ways you can define, either function keyword or the fat arrow. This is totally depend on you, but I will suggest to use the fat arrow function, because this is new and introduced in the ES6. Okay, so I will suggest to use this one. So this is the syntax for one kind of use effect hooks. Okay, and the second one, and guys I will discuss all those things for which purpose we use which use effect lifecycle hooks. So this is the second one. Okay, so here if I pass comma and the blank array, so this is the second kind of use effect lifecycle hooks. So this is first, simply this, and if I pass the blank array, this is second. And now guys, here if I write like this, and simply if I pass the blank array also, but guys here this array, when it will take the dependency, so that time it is the third array. Means suppose if I write count. Okay, if you are getting confused what is count, but guys now just remember this is the dependency. Okay, so if I pass any kind of dependency, that means it's another use effect hook, and both use effect hook perform different way. So all I will show you. Okay, and every doubt will be clear about use effect lifecycle hook. So guys, dependency, here we can pass the many dependencies like count, you can like update. Okay, any kind of dependency you can pass here. And what is dependency? Dependency, it may be the another function. Okay, that I will discuss also, and your doubt will be clear. So just you have to remember there are three kind of lifecycle hooks. So now guys, for which one, how I mean for which purpose it work. So guys, the first one is when your page will render. Suppose guys, if you are adding a new value in your page, so when it will render, so that time this use effect lifecycle hooks will call. And guys, now this one means only one time this lifecycle hooks it will call. It doesn't care like your page is rendering or not, only one time this lifecycle hooks will call. And this one means guys, it will take dependency. So suppose guys, you have one function that is called count and another function that is update. So when this count and update function will call, so that time only this useEffect lifecycle hooks will call. Okay, so that's why we called it dependency. Means this useEffect lifecycle hooks, when it will call, it will dependent on those two method. Okay, count and update. Two method means, guys, if you are getting confused, so I will just write those two method like function. Okay, or one method is count, like this way. So here when I will just render, I mean call this count method, so that time useEffect lifecycle hooks will call, and the another dependency is update. So suppose there is the another function, or you can say method, that is update. So when this update will call, so that time this useEffect, whatever I will write inside this useEffect, so that will render. Okay, those are the three. So I will, what I will do, just I will remove the second and third. Okay, just I will discuss about the first one. So first one, what I told, when page will render, okay, anything will render in our page, so that time only this useEffect will call every time. Okay, so guys, and one more thing here. So we know, guys, in React we cannot update our DOM in manually, means we cannot render our page manually. Okay, so here React decide how the page will render. So that time the another lifecycle hook comes, which I already discussed, that is useState. So that's why I was saying, like, just watch my previous all those video, you may otherwise confuse. So here I will just import useState. So useState, this one, and I will add comma. Okay, so now, guys, inside this useState lifecycle hooks, just here I will call. So how it is called, I will not discuss about more, just simply I will call. If you have any doubt, so you can watch my previous video. Otherwise, if I go to discuss useState lifecycle hooks in this video, so it will take more time. Okay, and I don't want, if I go to discuss about this one, so you will not get interested to this one. So and apart from that, I discussed this already in my previous video. Okay, so here I will pass two index value, num and set num. Okay, so now, guys, this is one useState lifecycle hooks I have declared here, and the initial value of this num variable, that is 0, and this is for update purpose. Okay, so now, guys, here just I will write one button type is, and the button name is click. So what actually I was trying to do, when I will click this button, so that time this value 0 will increase and it will display in our application. Now if I save, so you can see only this button. Okay, so now if I call this num variable, I mean if I bind this num variable in my DOM like h2 tag and this num variable, so first of all you can see the value 0, because initial value I have passed here 0. So when I will click this button, so that time the value will increase. Means, guys, click means here I have to pass a method that is called on click, this one, and guys, simply here I will write the method for increasing. Okay, so here I will take the callback function, and like this, and the method name is, I will pass this one, set num. Okay, set num parenthesis. Okay, so here the initial value is num, so I will copy this one and I will put, and when I'll click, so initial value will increase one by one, so plus 1, like this. Okay, so when I'll click this button, so first 0 plus 1, it is 1, and 1 again num is 1, so now 1 plus 1 it will 2, so num is 2, so 2 plus 1 it is 3, like this way it will increase. So if I just click here, so you can see it is working fine. So why I am doing this one, because, guys, when the value is increasing means this DOM is updating, and the DOM is updating means this page is rendering again and again. If I click 1, so the DOM is updated and it is displaying 1. So when it is displaying 1 in our application, means browser, means this browser page is rendering. Okay, if it is don't render, then how it will display, right? If I click 2, I mean click again, so it will be 2, and when it will 2 and display in the browser, means the page will render again. Okay, so it is rendering again and again. So when it will render, the page. So I told you this lifecycle hooks call again and again. Okay, so just it is calling again and again or not. So that's why guys, I will do one thing. I will just console dot log, and here what I will do, I will call new date. If you don't know this new date method, so here just I will give you the idea. New date, it's return, I mean it's just call that new date and time. Means suppose now is 10 a.m. and date is suppose in date. Okay, so it will show the today's date and the time. Again you will click the button, so time will change. Date is today, suppose, because I'm clicking today, so date will show today, but time will be different. Okay, suppose if I click up later, 1 second later or 1 minute later, so the time will be 1 minute later, it will display. Okay, like this. So new date called this one, I mean new date method return this one. This is JavaScript default method. Okay, that I call. So now guys, I will open the console because that I called in the console. So just I will open the console and I will refresh one time. So here if I go to the console, so first time when I refresh this one, so you can see it's called the today's date and time. Okay, so now if I click again, so you can see how many time I will click, so it is rendering again and again. I mean this whatever I have written inside this useEffect, so that is calling again and again. So means page is rendering and it is calling again and again. Okay, so that is actually this useEffect hook. Suppose if you are facing this kind of scenario, like anything you have to call or you have to show, suppose you have to show an alert when the page will render again and again, you have to show alert like page is rendered. So that time you can pass that functionality inside this useEffect hook. So that is the purpose of this useEffect hooks. Okay, I hope guys it is clear. So guys, now I will discuss the second lifecycle hooks. Okay, and the second lifecycle hooks means just only the syntax difference. Okay, second lifecycle hooks means second useEffect lifecycle hooks. Okay, so the syntax difference is just only I have to pass the one blank array. Okay, means it is not dependent of anyone, just it will blank, means it will render only at a single time. It doesn't care like the page is rendering or not, it will just simply render only the first time. Okay, so I will just save, and guys now I will go to the console again. So if I refresh, so you can see when the page will load, so after loading here it's rendered, but if I click, so you can see just page is rendering, but this useEffect it is not calling. Okay, but previously I had shown when the array was not there, so that time how many time the page will render, so it will call again and again. See, but just simply if I pass the blank array, so if I may click here, but you can see this value is increasing, means page is rendering, but it's not care that page is rendering or not, it doesn't care. Okay, so here you can see this useEffect is not calling. Okay, this is the second one. Okay, and which purpose we can use the second one useEffect lifecycle hook? Suppose you are updating one value, right? So there is the form and you are changing the value for your name. Okay, your name data which already stored in the database, so that time you don't need to update render this one. So simply you can call that one inside this second useEffect lifecycle hooks. So this purpose we can use that one. Okay, so the second lifecycle hooks, it's also clear. Now I will come to the third one. Okay, third one means here it may be the dependency. Okay, so guys, dependency means suppose guys here is the two functionality. Okay, one is I'm increasing number, and just another one I will increase the number, but I will write this the different one. So here I will write const. Okay, and here I will pass the two index also. So here I will write the second ACC second number. Okay, comma, and here I will write that is set second number like this, and here use state, and here I will pass, suppose it will start to increase from value 10. Okay, so now guys here same way, just what I will do, I will copy this one and I will paste here. So now I have the two function, okay, and this one I have to change. This is I have to write this one, and this one I have to pass here, and same num, instead of num here I will pass this one. Okay, so now I have the two one. So if I show one once in browser how it is coming, so here you can see first is initial value 0, second is 10. So if I click here, just a minute, I pass here wrong thing, this one, and here I have to pass this one. Okay, so now save, now it is perfect. Okay, so if I click, so you can see the second button, if I click, so it is increasing, and if I click the first one, so it's increasing. Okay, but guys, now suppose this useEffect hook I want to call when only the second value will change. I mean only the second value will change, or the page will render only for the second value. Okay, means it is depending. I mean I want to add the dependency for this useEffect lifecycle hooks only for second value when it will change. So that time this useEffect lifecycle hooks will call. So what I can do, so that time just simply I can pass this one. Okay, so if I save, and now if I refresh, okay, so if I click the first one, so see here it is not displaying, but if I click here, so here you can see it is displaying, means I had added the dependency. This means only on this one will call, so that time just it will call this useEffect lifecycle hooks. And this is also very important. Suppose if you are getting any scenario, like suppose you have the function like update method. Okay, so when you will update, only that time you want to show the alert, so that time you can call this update method as a dependency, and you can write the alert inside this useEffect method. So it is very important thing, you can understand easily here. And guys, suppose you are thinking you have the function, because there I didn't write function, just simply I called here. Okay, suppose you are thinking it would be a function, so I will change the syntax, because I don't want like any doubt will going on in your mind. So I'll just add the function here. Okay, so function name, suppose increase. Okay, inc, and this just I will write the function name increase. Okay, this one. So what I will do, just I will call this increase method here. Okay, const increase, and here like this fat arrow function. Okay, and just I will format this one. Okay, so now guys, when I will just click this increase button, so I want to increase this, so here I will write this one. Okay, and it takes one parameter, so parameter name you can write anything, so I have written preview, and here the fat arrow, so equals to an arrow, and now preview means preview value means the initial value, so the initial value plus 1, like this means it will increase. So preview value in set num, this function is that is 10, and when I am increasing, so it will 11, so again the preview value will be 11, and 11 plus 1 it will be 12, like this way it will increase. Okay, so guys, I hope it is clear. Okay, and all those this useState syntax I had shown in my previous video, so if you are getting confused, so you can watch my previous video. Okay, so now guys, here what I will do, just I will show you it is working or not. So just here I will refresh once again. So if I increase the first button, so here you can see in console it is printed nothing, but guys, if I use the second, so you can see in the console it is adding the, okay, means guys, this is now still dependent on this one. So guys, here always you have to write this one as a dependency, useState. Okay, but guys, if you are thinking this is function, and if you add this function as a dependency, so that time you can see it will not work. So you can see here I'm clicking the first one, but it is rendering, and second one also it is adding the value in console, means always dependency you have to pass the useState, means this one. Okay, so got it? I hope guys it is clear, and here no doubt. Okay, so you can see it is rendering, but if I click this one, so it is not rendering. So remember, always dependency you have to pass the useState this value. Okay. So guys, if you have any doubt, so please you can write in my comment section and I will try to solve your doubt. And guys, if you find this video is helpful, so guys don't forget to like this video. Okay, and also subscribe my channel to get more update about React.